Hey, what's up everyone? Red here, and today I have a review of the Master Grade Crossbone Gundam X-1 version Kotoki. This kit was made in 2006 by Bandai and retails for the selling price of 3,500 yen. So here we have the Crossbone Gundam without its backpack, and you can see it's still a pretty menacing Gundam. Before I get into its core fighter, I'd just like to show you the stickers and decals this kit comes with. So the only few stickers I didn't use, foil stickers, are the ones for the binders on the backpack, the X. I didn't use those. I think they would take away from the kit's look, so I just didn't use those. And the decal sheet here, I haven't applied any of them except for these four, which go onto the backpack, onto the X. And something to note is that Bandai does give dry transfer decals for the Vanguard symbol if you don't want to use these peel and stick, which I used. And here we have the core fighter. It's very nice and simple, and I really like it. It does come with the open and cockpit gimmick, like that. That's really nice. The pilot, though, doesn't have a lot of detail, so this gimmick is kind of lost. There are two mandatory stickers, two for the vents down here and two yellow ones up top. The other ones that I added are these pink V's at the end of the thrusters. To change this into its core block mode, simply fold down the nose cone. You can maneuver this somehow upwards like that. It's on a track. Rotate these up, and after you plug this in, you would have to open these, which I will demonstrate in a second. So this is where the core fighter will plug in. All you have to do is pretty much push that in, and it's a pretty sturdy fit. I don't have any clicking on mine, but it does seem pretty solid once it's all fit together. And then you just open the thrusters up to form the X, and there you have the Crossbone Gundam with its backpack on, or core block on. And now for articulation. He has a swivel joint where the torso meets the neck, and a ball joint where the head meets the neck, which allows for some up and down movement, side to side, 360, and chicken. Then at the arms it can go in and out, do a full 360. Just be careful for these thruster or binder things in the back. Can go up. The shoulder pad is individually articulated, so it can go up and down like that. This white piece is on a hinge. There is rotation at the bicep. A double jointed bend at the elbow. The joint is a bit big, in my opinion. Like, it does show a lot more than on other kits, but I don't really mind it. It looks pretty good in my opinion. Just something to note. Then at the hand, there's a joint that, if I can show, allows it to move. It's a hinge, so it adds more articulation to the already ball jointed hand. Then for the fingers, it's 3-1 in the thumb, but the 3 fingers are on hinges, so they can only go like that. At the torso and waist, there is 2 joints, so one up here and one at the waist, which allows for a nice range of movement, as much as you would need. All skirts are individually articulated. The legs can go forwards, backwards, in and out. They have a double jointed bend. There is actually a joint here which allows it to rotate, which is nice. Hinges or swivels for each fin. Then the ankle can move around, and the foot can too. And there's actually some little pistons in there, if you can see that, which is pretty nice. And it does bend like that, upwards, the foot. So for articulation, it's very nice compared to the RX-78-2 version Kotoki. it seems to be a lot better for feet wise. Oh, and on the backpack I should mention, there is a joint that allows it to go up and down like that, then a hinge right here, and kind of like a clip joint which allows each thruster to move like that. Okay, so that's articulation. Okay, so now for accessories. I have the cape slightly on. Now, I try not to swear in my videos a lot, but this time I have to. Like, getting this cape on, it's a bitch. Like, I hate it. You'd think it'd be simple enough, but no, the clips don't want to clip in, and the cape doesn't just help to that. The fabric, it's nice and all, but it just doesn't allow for a lot. So I'm gonna take this off, and that's the last you're seeing of that. Trust me, I doubt I'll ever use that. You may see that one skirt is off. That is for a reason, which I will show you now. The front skirt can actually turn into this claw-like weapon, and that pegs into the same peg as, or the same ball joint as it would, but just with this chain attachment, so it looks pretty nice. Then the back skirts, you actually do get additional back skirt. Right, where did I put that thing? Oh, here. Right here. And if you take, it usually comes like that. And you can take this part out, and as you saw before, just put the wire in. And it kind of becomes like this claw thingy. Kinda lame if you ask me, but meh, it's your opinion. Then there's this piece here. So this part comes from the back of the leg. You can see where this one's open and this one is closed. Like, this one has nothing in it, this one does. Well, this part comes from there, and you can add a little knife onto there. It's not little, but I hope you get what I mean. There we go. Looks pretty nice. It's alright. And also with this knife part, you can put it onto the bottom of the foot. Foot. Like so. Like that. And it looks alright. It's kind of gimmicky, all of the accessories he gets, but what can you do about it? I'm not going to complain about it too much. Then you get this beam saber and beam saber effect part. It stores in here. You can see how there's one white part there and one missing there. This is where the beam saber comes in. If you actually take the effect part off, and I'm just trying to see how this goes in, you can just slide this part in here like that, and there we have it. Back to being symmetrical. Then he comes with musket, I think is how you pronounce it. Does come with a scope sticker. You can put gray paint on here. I'm lazy, so I didn't. Looks alright. Here, I'll move him out of here. Looks alright. Nothing special. Just nice and simple looking. Then he comes with this big sword here. I did compare it to the beam saber, and the beam saber is about 2 millimeters taller than it. But nothing bad. And all of the accessories for the hands, they have little pegs, you can kind of see that, or I mean little holes, and on the hands there's pegs somewhere here. If you line it up and get the fingers all right, that's my problem. I can't get the fingers and this to hold. It's not the figure's fault, it's my fault. I just have a problem with that stuff. Yep, and then last but not least, it has this beam saber boxing glove effect. And there's this part back here, and this rotates down over the hand. Should get the hand to rotate correctly. There we go. That, and this just pegs onto that like so. And there we go. It looks pretty nice. I kind of do like it. I think I'll have it displayed with that and the beam daggers if I have, or the daggers if I display it with any weapons. Now, the musket and the beam sword do combine, so what you have to do is you have to take the beam sword off of here and swivel these parts back. And on the musket, all you have to do is fold this down and lift this up a bit. Pick that all together. And there you have this awesome looking rifle. Now, it does lack color and detail because of the paint, but, you know, maybe someday I'll add it. Maybe someday I won't. So that's the accessories with this kit. So that's been my review on the 1/100 scale Master Grade Crossbone Gundam X-1 Verka. Overall, I think it's a pretty good kit. I'd give it about a 9 out of 10. You don't have to get it if you don't like the design, but I really like it. I think the accessories are gimmicky, but don't take away from the kit. And it's just a pretty solid kit. There are people that nitpick on like some of the loose joints, but honestly, I have no loose joints on mine. Maybe the front skirts and sometimes the legs, but that's pretty much like with all Gundams. Parts fall off sometimes, so no complaints there. And you can kind of see what I did with the boxing glove beams, like the pose I was telling you about. So yeah, overall 9 out of 10, and I will see you all at the next review.